We got plenty of tables and chairs for everybody. Our classes usually have, we start the year usually right around 50 students, so we try to split them as equally as possible, 25 and 25 if we can. We overbook our classes at the beginning of the year with 30 and 30 because usually between the summer period of time and when we come back in September, we usually have some kind of attrition with people moving and those different school schedules that they have to get caught up on. But we usually do pretty good at starting right around 50 students. Our AM session starts at 7:55, ends at 10:25. Our PM session starts at 11:10 and goes to 1:40. This year we have stepped up the program a bit and been working with ICAR. We're going to offer students the introductory piece for students to get their certificates there. And we have purchased a Pro Level 1 curriculum, and that's what we've been using this year as well. We have 6 computer stations for estimating for the CCC software that students are going to be using. Let's take you out to the shop so you can look around there. So this program here at Sno Isle is new, even though our school's been here going on 40 years this fall. 8 years now in the making. When they built the building, it's a cement tilt-up, and it's got all the latest and greatest safety pieces for the building, but for industry, we are missing prep stations. And that's what we're looking to add to our program, is we'd really like to have the prep stations, because all the shops in our area all use those, obviously. And we're trying to get these kids ready to go to work. And again, for the safety side of things, that is the best scenarios that we have out there for our sanding areas and priming. We do have one booth, state-of-the-art, the GFS, with the mixing room to the side there. And it was set up for solvent paint when we moved in here. We are spraying waterborne now, and we just use the handheld Venturi blowers for that. But you can tell our shop, have you come in a little further, we don't have a lot of space. And what we want to do is utilize every ounce of room we have here in the school because of the amount of students we have in the class. We do a pretty good job of hanging on retention-wise to our students. When we start at the beginning of the year, we maintain pretty good. You can see in the far wall there, we have set up a tool wall. Instead of using toolboxes, when we started the program, budgets were really tight, and we started out with a bunch of toolboxes that were purchased at Lowe's. But after 8 years now, they have really fallen apart and need to be replaced. But we thought we'd go ahead and go with a tool wall instead, and it's working out really well because there's some accountability to make sure the tools are all properly put away at the end of the day. But you can see in this space right here next to the door, that's where we'd want to add the 2 prep stations that we were asking to get support for. We had our local Napa dealer, it's a great supporter of our program here. He was the one that even initiated the waterborne paint system that we have from Martin Sr. He donated that, and he's worked with us very well on a nice bid for 2 prep stations in our area here. And then the school district is going to be the ones that would be doing the installation of it. Yeah. And again, we got the fire systems that are in. We just have to modify some of those pieces. Again, we're trying to get to that industry standard. Again, you can see we have students masking Volkswagen here, getting ready to do some paint work on that. But we'd love to put those prep stations in. The other thing that we were looking to do, you can see, you know, by our shop size, is we have no real room to add any permanent welding stations. Welding is so critical in collision repair right get students up and going with welding, we do that every first quarter when we come back to school. So our students that are new, they're going to get introduced to welding. Our second year students are going to go back and they're going to practice their skills, and we're going to reassess them to make sure that they've got those skills down, and we can feel comfortable with getting them prepared to go to college to get there, or even to their ICAR welding classes to make sure that they can get certified. So when we do our welding for our program, we're setting up these little stations right here. We're setting up temporaries, and we wouldn't normally have all these vehicles in here at this point of the year. Again, we're just simulating this for the video. But we would have an empty shop, and we'd have 5 different booths set up here. And again, we don't have any ventilation, so we have the doors open, students wearing the proper PPE particle mask, and we would really like to step it up and add the fume extractors that we also put in for on the grant. We're looking to do portable stuff because, again, our shop size is so small that we don't really want to give up a bunch of footprint, if you will, for the welding stations. At some point down the road, through the Washington State education system, we should be able to come up with hopefully some more space being added onto the building. Again, this collision program is new to the county, and Washington State has probably half a dozen programs throughout the state, but they could see that we're going to need some more space here, and at that point we could put in some permanent pieces there. That's what we're really looking to do, is add the prep stations, adding the fume extractors for our temporary welding stations that we use. The cool part about this program is the hands-on. We try to keep it more hands-on if we can than in the classroom. Our industry partners are just loving the fact that we teach shop cleanup here. Most of them come in and they say, wow, this is looking pretty good. And I'm like, yeah, this is part of their grade, and we want to make sure we keep it that way. Again, we have students working on some things here that are going to get ready to spray some paint, hopefully tomorrow. The cool part, again, we have a student project here. This has been here 3 years. Our students are allowed to take summer school here for 3 weeks as well, and we can even bring in freshmen from all the local high schools. So those kids come for 3 weeks, and this is a student that's been with me for 3 years 3 years in summer school, and now he's a full-time student here for our program, and he's going to be a senior here next year too. So we'll get this car hopefully sprayed by the end of the year yet. We got 8 more days of school, and that's why it's looking a little light around here. We already had some seniors graduate. That's kind of our program here. Any kind of help we can get would be just absolutely spectacular. Let's walk around the shop one more time here so you can kind of give you the big view. We got a build that we're doing a little restoration work. There's some welding going on here, panel replacement. Again, we're getting it ready for paint. Another student project here, rust repair. Obviously a frame off restoration. This is another vehicle that one of our local partners in community brought us. They were very willing to let us have students practice rust repair, panel building, if you will. Some of this is going to need to be hand built, and then this whole thing will run and drive when it leaves here. We're going to work with our auto tech program to make sure we can get a new engine in this and all those pieces. So again, we have auto and diesel and welding here at the Skills Center. So we work together, we collaborate a lot. Vehicles like this done. Here's our tool wall. Some more tool walls in here. And again, we've gone away from all of our tool boxes. Everything's visual. You can see where it needs to be put back at the end of the day. But again, we don't have a lot of square footage here. We're looking right around 2,700 square feet. And right where we're standing, right about here is where the proposed prep stations would go. And we're going to lose some square footage there, but benefits are just outweigh the little bit of square footage we give up on. Yeah, that's what we got going on here at Sno